Another fun thing, the streets were usually dirt. Roman roads came later to Galilee, not till after the Jewish revolt in AD 70. So roads were dirt roads and streets were dirt streets. And what they would do is they would mix the dirt with ashes, and then as it got packed down, it got really hard. So an interesting little tidbit is when you were mourning, you put dust and ashes on your head. So the imagery is of someone sitting in the street, taking dust and ashes from the road and putting it on their head in mourning. And it wasn't just dust and ashes. There was no sewage system in any of these villages or towns, so you kind of threw your chamber pot out into the street. So it didn't smell that great in a fishing village like Capernaum. Everything smelled like fish, and everything smelled like a chamber pot thrown out into the street. So let's talk about your house. It's made of local stone. Up in the hills, like at Nazareth, it was a sort of a yellowish white limestone. Down by the lake, it's black basalt. And those are just rounded field stones in Capernaum. And they were, they'd put littler stones in to sort of chink them so they'd stand up, and then they'd plaster it with clay or mortar it with clay and straw to hold it together. When they excavated the first century part of Capernaum, they didn't find any houses that were plastered on the inside. So your wall was rocks with dirt in between, and your floor was dirt packed down, and your roof was logs with sticks set, crosswise, and then clay on the top. So you lived in a house that was literally made of rocks and dirt. So when you think about cleaning house in the first century, you're living in a dirt house. So a little different experience there. Your roof was packed clay, and you rolled it every year to sort of make it waterproof because it would develop leaks. And in the spring, grass would grow on your roof, so you had to, knock the grass down periodically. There was a parapet around the roof. It was sort of specified in the Torah that you had to, have a little wall there so people didn't fall off. But there was usually a stairway that led up to the roof, and people did a fair amount of living on the roof. You could get up there and catch the breeze on a hot day. You could go up there to pray or to talk or whatever. They often had things laid out to dry on the roof as well, like bread.